So even on the outside, we had some problems, some difficulties.
In this episode of the Tilton series, Rob takes us on a deep dive into the project, sharing insights and breaking down the challenges it has encountered along the way.
So welcome back, and you can see that we've made some progress here at the Tilton Street Project. We're going to be talking about the progress we've made and some of the challenges we've had. It's been a little difficult, we've had some delays, but now we're back on track. So as you can see, we've put in the new door, and this is great because it's a bifold door and it actually can squeeze all the way in and back out, giving you a complete opening. Unlike sliding glass doors where it's only a half opening, this was going to give you a complete opening. What's great about that is outdoor meets indoor. And that's a really cool feature, almost like you have at the restaurants. These doors cost about $6,000, but I tell you, with all the summertime wind blowing in, it's going to be worth it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. In addition, we have the V-vent up. As you remember, when we were doing the demo, the architects didn't take this into consideration, and we came across that problem. And we had to buy the V-vent, put that up there so that the chimney could exhaust, since the furnace used the chimney. Now, we're gonna box that in and put some siding around it. It's gonna really look really good at the end. Looking forward to you guys seeing that. Okay, so we're here on the second floor. And again, with our project, we've been moving along quite a bit. But we had a delay, and I'll explain that delay to you in a minute. But what happened was we basically had to amend the plans, and once we amended those plans, we had to submit them to the city, and the city takes up to a month to get back to you. And the architect himself took a couple of weeks because these plans aren't easy to adjust. So it took him a couple of weeks to get everything finalized and get it submitted for the review. Now I'm glad to say review came through, and we're ready, we're back working. But because of that, we did have a little bit of a delay, but we're looking forward to getting this thing done quickly.
One of the first major issues we encountered was the structural integrity of the back wall. Originally, we expected it to be strong enough to support the new third floor. But once demolition started, we found something very different.
Okay, so we ran into a problem halfway through construction. Initially, the plan was to put 2x10 joists up here. This brick wall would bear that weight and we wouldn't have any problems. But because we ran into this wood frame wall in the back here, we're like, okay, we cannot do that because this cannot bear the weight. So we had two choices: either tear this down and put up a 2x6 wall with a new footing poured, or build this and pour a footing with one column out in the backyard, which I'll take you to in a second, and let that be the solution to fix it. Obviously, the column was a much cheaper solution than taking down this wall and rebuilding it with new footing and a 2x6. So let's go outside and take a look and see what that footing's gonna look like. So here's where we're gonna pour that footing and put the column up, going all the way up to the third floor. And the reason we had to do that was, again, like I explained, this is a wood wall in the back here, and it would not bear the weight of the third floor. So our choice was to do this. Now this footing, this is actually not the right size. It's going to be 3 foot by 3 foot by 16 inches. That's a big footing. And it's not so easy. It's not like a normal deck footing. This is at the edge of the property line, and our footing cannot go into the neighbor's property. So that footing has to be designed just the right way, and engineers know exactly what I'm talking about, but these are the things that you have to look at and make sure are done correctly.
Another challenge we had was ensuring our subcontractor correctly interpreted the city-approved structural drawings, especially since they were in 2D. When it came to installing rebars in the footing, a misinterpretation led to mistakes that required correction. If we had poured concrete over the incorrectly placed rebar, fixing it later would have been a nightmare. To solve this, we created a 3D design to help them visualize the correct installation. Once Jared had the right reference, he ordered the materials, cut and bent the rebars, and fabricated them perfectly for the footing.
Once that footing is done, we're going to put the column, we're going to bolt it into the footing and take it all the way up to the third floor, or right underneath the third floor, where we built it so it can bear the weight. And now we can start construction again. Now, what happened during that process was we had to amend the plans, amend the drawings. We had to wait for the architect to amend the drawings. Then we had to submit it to the city. We had to wait for the plan examiner to approve it. And guess what? they didn't approve it. And the reason they didn't approve it was because they thought what was being done, we didn't have enough space. And I'll explain that to you. Basically, they thought the alleyway was going to be closed off with this new column. And we had to write a letter explaining to them that, hey, the alleyway won't be closed off. We had to show them pictures of where the alleyway is, which is a fire exit, and tell them that, listen, the alleyway is not going to be closed off. We have plenty of room to get by. Once we resubmitted the letter, they approved it, and now construction can start again. So these are the things that you have to deal with construction. It's always not as easy or cut out as someone thinks, and that's why it's so important to have a good team, architects, contractors that know what they're doing, so they can make sure you enjoy the process and not stress over the process.